Research indicates that roughly 1% of the global population meets the clinical criteria for psychopathy. In a crowded city or a large office, that means you are likely interacting with these individuals every single day without realizing it. Early clinicians described this state as lucid madness. These individuals are not the erratic killers depicted in fiction. They are functional, rational, and often successful members of society who navigate our world with perfect clarity. Forensic psychiatrists like Dr. Guido Palomba argue that the distinction between sociopathy and psychopathy is purely semantic. Both describe a specific clinical profile, a predator capable of mimicking every human emotion while feeling none of them. Their internal world is defined by a lack of empathy, the neurological inability to stand in someone else's shoes. This deficit is so profound that it extends even to their closest family members. Without the weight of empathy, their decision-making becomes purely transactional. They are driven by an inflated sense of self and a tireless pursuit of personal gain, viewing other people as tools rather than peers. Because their intellect is fully functional, they can easily bypass our social intuition. However, while the mind is capable of calculation, the body often struggles to maintain the deception. Many of these individuals gravitate toward positions of leadership and dominance. They have a constant need to be in control of their environment and the people within it. This manifests in small physical ways during everyday conversation. They might invade your personal space or use top-down gestures, like firmly gripping a shoulder from above, to force a sense of submission. To maintain this control, they rely on chronic deception. While a normal person's nervous system triggers a stress response when they lie, causing an increased heart rate or subtle sweating, the psychopath remains biologically calm. They frequently experience duper's delight, a genuine surge of pleasure and superiority that occurs when they successfully manipulate or deceive someone. Because lying produces no internal anxiety, they do it with high frequency. They will lie about significant betrayals and trivial everyday details with the same steady, unblinking gaze. While their words are chosen for maximum impact, their facial muscles are much harder to consciously coordinate. Since they do not actually experience the emotions they project, they have to manually construct their expressions based on social observation. This often results in a detectable asymmetry. You might notice an uneven lift in the cheeks or a smile that seems to pull more heavily on one side of the face than the other. There is also the matter of the Duchenne marker. The orbicularis oculi, the muscles around the eyes, contract only during genuine emotion. Even if a mouth is pulled into a smile, without real emotion, the eyes remain static and unaffected. Occasionally, the mask slips entirely, resulting in incongruent emotions. This is the chilling mismatch, where an individual might flash a brief smile during a tragedy or show a flicker of disgust during a celebration. Tracking these mismatches, the split-second delays and the dead eyes, reveals the gap between the performance and the person. When we recognize these traits in someone we know, the standard human impulse is to try and help them or reason with them. However, psychiatric literature is consistent. Psychopathy is a permanent neurological baseline. There is no known clinical cure or therapy that creates the capacity for empathy. Behavioral experts emphasize that the only effective strategy for self-preservation is immediate withdrawal, cutting all physical and emotional ties with the individual. This leaves us with a difficult question. If this condition is a biological reality they were born with, can we assign moral blame for the damage they do? Regardless of the answer, the responsibility for your own safety is yours alone. Survival depends on seeing the mask for what it is.